So I thought this might be good to record just so anybody can see it because I'm sure as you're developing, you're going to be running into issues. And as you can see, I already have an error. So I wanted to run it just with what I had to see what was going on and what I needed to do. But before we go into that, let's go ahead and just show a couple of the changes I made. Very small and minor changes here. So if we go to the runtime tools, I just made it so it's returning a type of string. So this is better for the IntelliSense later on. Float, string, string, and then I did it for this as well. But what you can see here is a couple things. So we've got a bug here. The exception is not a class that I should be calling. So this should be that, and it should be that. So that error should be gone now. So let's go ahead and run this. And to run this, so I can actually show you how I'm running this. So I'm passing in PyTest, because that's what we're using, -o, and we're passing in test paths. In this case, I'm just trying to do local. This might be screwing something up. I haven't really played around with this just yet. The cool thing about test path is say this was a real test path, or we're using real test path. I could pass in multiple within this. So for example, I could do like space, another path, or sorry, be another dash path, or space, another path. It's really cool that you can do this. But so right now I'm trying to do it like, here basically is what I'm trying to do. Pass in our environment, pass in our client ID. This is just made up. I'm just messing around with this. Pass in our client secret and the base URL with a port number. And I do think I am going to change this a little bit here, but we'll see. So let's see what our next error is with this. Okay, so you can see we fixed that exception one, and now we're getting unable to get auth token. Obviously, because that's not a real user. So let me go ahead and just pause this real quick. I'm going to put in the real information for an account that exists, and we'll see if that fixes it. Be right back. Okay, so I've got the real info in here now. I did add a print statement here to kind of show me what's going on with this, why this is showing up. So let's go ahead and run this one more time just so I can show you what's going on. It's a good way to debug sometimes. And so my error here is endpoint does not exist. So I made an error here. This actually needs to be /user login. So that should fix that part, and hopefully we get an auth token back now. Let's try it now. And you can see I removed the other ones because we don't need that because it's already filled out. The client ID, the secret, the base URL. Since that's already filled out in there, I don't need to pass it in. Look at that. So now we've got an auth token. And it's all working now. So I just wanted to show kind of the debugging process of what's going on here, but you can see, our test path that was valid, perfect. And obviously there's no test to collect, so it just skipped through it. But I do want to just show just real quick here. So let's just say this is going to fail again because my account here won't exist. But so if I pass all this stuff in here, and actually this was the wrong IP, this should just be localhost. If I pass all this stuff in, and let's do I wonder if this will work. I don't know, let's test it out. Let's see what happens. So this is probably going to fail here. So I just wanted to show what happens here. So you can see it filled out all that information that I put in on here with everything. So something to keep in mind. But I just wanted to share that with you. And yeah, I guess we can actually go on to the next section now. Just thought that was valuable to share. So see you in the next one.